some dare call it conspiracy.
Welcome to the Some Dare Call It Conspiracy podcast, hosted by Brent Lee and Neil Sanders. After nearly 20 years exploring the world of conspiracy culture, we are taking our guests and listeners on a guided tour of the rabbit hole. Our mission? To discover where the truth lies. Well, I guess welcome back to Some Dare Call It Conspiracy, listeners.
Yes, we're back. We've been on an extended hiatus for reasons and things and stuff. So sorry we've not been floating around, but we have got a genuine excuse, have we not? It's not like one of those, like, the dog ate my homework or things like that. No. There were genuine reasons. We weren't just being lazy. Though, that's not beyond us.
Although I was led up for most of it, so
actually, to be fair, I'm lying there, aren't you? You've been very lazy, actually.
Yeah, you've been led up too. Well, sat up.
Yeah, no, I was all right. So, but I've had a bit of a bad back and broken feet and things like that this year. So, that pales in comparison to you, I'm afraid, doesn't it? So let's just go back. So I was sat here was it a Thursday? I think it was a Thursday evening. Perfectly happy, just minding my own business, probably watching some obscure 70s film. And I get a text from Brent. And I think, oh, this is nice. My friend Brent's texting me. This will be lovely. That'll just round off the evening nicely. And the text said something along the lines of, being rushed into emergency surgery, homie. See you on the other side, or something like that. And I thought, oh yeah, right. That's not normal. So obviously I tried to phone, and no dice, because it turns out that the text was accurate. So then I went onto Twitter just to see what was floating around, and lo and behold, Brent had put out the ominous tweet, "If I don't make it, I love you all." And at this point, I started to think, oh, maybe something's wrong.
I really need to add a little bit of context here. I was high as a kite at that point, and I don't even remember sending any text to you or tweeting anything. I was...
Oh, don't you?
Very, very, very high on morphine at that time. But we're jumping ahead. Spoiler.
Yeah. It's so a standard Thursday night then. On morphine, tweeting out crazy shit. So anyway, I sort of thought, this isn't. So I thought, hang on, this is ideal, but I'm sure everything will work itself out. And I sort of went to bed, bit sort of concerned and whatnot. And I woke up quite early on the Friday morning, which is a bit unusual for me. And I thought, oh, thank Christ for that. I've got a missed call from Brent. He's evidently okay. So I phoned Brent back immediately, and some woman answered. And my brain went, oh, shit, this is the nurse about to tell me that Brent is dead. Because she's looked in his phone and seen that I'm the last person that he's texted. And then so he's trying desperately to find out who the hell this person is. Luckily, it wasn't. It was your mum. And your mum's a lovely lady, by the way. Hello to your mum if she's listening. And she explained what had happened, that she'd very luckily been round to your flat for a cup of tea, which I understood was not like a sort of it's not like a normal regular thing or what.
It's kind of like a weekly thing, but just
is it?
Odd days and different days in the week, basically.
So it's not like a regular Thursday night thing?
No.
Right. So, and she explained what had happened, and this is where we'll turn it over to Brent. So, Brent, your mum turns up on the Thursday night and for a cup of tea. And you thought, this is a bit boring, isn't it? Let's up the ante a bit. And so what happened, mate?
Well, so it was like 10 minutes to 6, And my mum turned up, and I was feeling a bit ill, like my stomach was hurting, and it just like it came on like pretty suddenly, like 5 minutes or so before she got there. And as I kind of turned the kettle on, I said that I felt like I was going to be sick. So, I asked Mum, can you make the tea? I think I'm going to go be sick. So I went into the bathroom. I heaved once and it hurt quite a lot. And then I heaved a second time and I felt the worst fucking pain I've ever felt in my life. Like a knife had just gone straight into my abdomen. And I fell down, I collapsed in the bathroom and just started screaming.
Nice.
My mum obviously freaked out. She was like banging on the door, telling me
locked the door,
like
hadn't
unlock
you?
it. I had locked the door.
So just to explain, so you'd collapsed screaming inside locked bathroom and your mum was outside, not entirely understanding what was happening.
No. So I managed to like reach up because the bathroom's small, and I'm massive. And I unlocked the door. She came in.
Time to brag.
She came in, saw me on the floor, was like, "What's wrong?" I said, "I don't know," and was just kind of shouting, like, "I don't fucking know. It hurts. It hurts." And yeah, so she called the ambulance, and like within 7 minutes, they were there. The first responder was there on a motorcycle, and he was there 7 minutes. Basically, it took for someone to start seeing me. But by that time, like I was drenched in sweat, I was shaking. I felt so cold, and I felt like my entire torso, entire torso was on fire. It just all hurt. So from my chest to my abdomen, everything. So when the paramedic came and he's like, "What's going on?" I was like, It hurts. My chest hurts. My stomach hurts. It's everything. And he was like, "Where's the pain really hurt?" And I'm like, "It's everywhere." I was like, "Even my shoulder." And it turned out it's because I collapsed. I hurt my shoulder.
Oh, you bruised your shoulder just from falling.
I hit my shoulder falling down and kind of like hurt my chest as well.
Oh shit.
It. And so he's kind of trying to check me over, but I'm just in the fetal position, just like screaming because it just hurts so much.
So you'd gone full Yoko Ono at this point, then,
mate. So the other paramedics turn up with the ambulance, and they're just trying to like calm me down and trying to figure out like what's going on.
Yeah,
because they're testing my heart, and my heart's racing like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But there's this. They're like, concentrate really hard and tell me where the pain really, really hurts. And that's when I was like, it's my stomach. Yeah. It feels like there's a hand inside of my stomach and it's just wrenching everything inside of it. Like it's just, that's the only way I can describe it. So they were like thinking at the time, what they thought it was my aortic nerve was having like a fit or something. And that basically runs all the way down your torso.
Ow.
So, but yeah. So this is like only about 15 to 20 minutes of after it happening. And all of it's really clear at this point.
Yeah.
They pull me out of the bathroom, realizing like how big I am because they can't like get to me. And because they're pulling me out, I am just screaming. Like it hurts so much. And at that point, that's when they hit me with the morphine. And the next like 4 or 5 hours, just kind of, I have like flashes kind of what happened. So what happened was that I had this ulcer in my stomach, and I hadn't really had any symptoms of feeling like I had an ulcer. I had no acid or anything like that. And basically what happened is that the ulcer ruptured and it's perforated the skin, the lining of my stomach. And as I was throwing up, it basically made that perforation like really large, and all of the stomach contents spilled out into my abdomen. So all the food, all the drink, all the bad bacteria, good bacteria, and all the stomach acid.
Yeah, the acids and stuff.
like came out and started swishing around all my abdomen.
Now, I'm not a
And
doctor, but
basically-
it's not supposed to do that, is it?
It's definitely not supposed to do that. When I got to the hospital, they redlined us. I was straight in, past like 10 different ambulances. And I was on the surgery table by midnight. You know, the surgeon came to me and he was like, right, if it's a small tear, you know, we can do keyhole surgery. But judging by the amount of fluid that we can see in your abdomen from the scan, like we think we might have to like cut you open.
Yeah.
You know, and it's going to be an incision right along your abdomen. So, you know, are you okay with that? I can remember him asking me for that, and I was like, I consent to whatever you need to do, man.
Why would he ask you if he was okay? Like, like, you know, at that point, I'd be like, mate, this is, you're not a mechanic. You're not saying, would you like the cheap tires or would you like the good tires? Like, no, whatever it is to save my life, do it. Yeah, I'll, you know, you're the surgeon here.
We had to consent to the blood transfusion as well.
Hang on, it was definitely a surgeon, wasn't it? It wasn't just some guy.
Mate, he was a superhero. He was like so... I can't explain it. He just had this aura about him, like that you knew you were safe in his hands.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because I was so scared, man. It was like the most scary fucking thing in my life. The most painful, like, few days of my life. But speaking to him, speaking to some of the nurses, to the anesthetist, all these people, like, they really made me feel for that moment while I was like looking at them and speaking to them that I might not actually die. You know, and then when I wasn't speaking to them, I was thinking, fuck, this is it.
Yeah, I bet, man. Right. Yeah, it's terrifying. Absolutely scary. Like, if there's any one consolation, I was very brave throughout the whole thing. So, you know, like...
You didn't cry?
No, only a bit. Like, so, you know, take that away. But right, so they ended up having to cut you open then. Yeah. Look at that. Did you see that? That's interview skills. That, like, because I know, because I've seen it in that. But like, to the casual listener, they'll be like, "Oh, Neil doesn't know." So they had to cut you open.
Yes, they did. Yeah. I'd say it's about a 6 or 7 inch cut, like up my abdomen.
It's not bad. It's pretty impressive. Yeah. It goes straight up the. Did they go in your belly button?
It's kind of slightly around it.
Like, do they like just use that as like an aiming point, or what? Or is it like a sort of center punch for when you're drilling, so that your entire abdomen doesn't shatter when they go in? Like, is that how it works?
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, like, the nurses are telling me afterwards, like, so basically they pulled like your organs out and put them like on your body to clean out your abdomen, to clean out the stomach and everything, to fucking, like, I had my interior
looking like
washed,
a fucking Bring Me the Horizon album.
Well, yeah. And then they said, like, and when they're done, they just plop it all back in, not in any order. They just throw it all back in, and then over the next few weeks, like, your body will just find its way back to where it's
like organ Tetris.
Yeah, it's crazy. And they were like, so you might feel a bit of discomfort here and there. I was like,
because your guts are in the wrong place. Like, I'm so sorry, we've put you in upside down, right? And now you have to eat lying on your side. So, oh well, oh bloody hell. What were these other holes in you as well?
Yeah, there's like
So hang on, so they've stitched up your stomach and stuff like that. How long was it before you were able to use your stomach?
So my stomach itself is not stitched. They put like a patch on it.
Okay.
So that was able to be. I was able to eat solid. Well, not proper solid, but mushy.
Is the patch made out of like somebody else's stomach? Have you getting memories? Is it like the Dead Zone? Can you see Donald Trump being assassinated? Please tell me you can see Donald Trump being assassinated. Or,
no comment.
Oh well, fair enough. We'll keep that to ourselves. But
yeah, that's just patched up, and like I was able to eat like about 4 or 5 days later.
Oh right, cool.
But I had to take it easy. I wasn't allowed to eat like a steak or anything like that for like a few weeks.
Yeah. Fuck it
And
out.
then there's the massive cut down the middle, and then I've got like, and then so the puncture marks are from like drainage. So I had like 3 going into my abdomen, and then I had 1 going up my nose. So I had these 4 drainage tubes coming out of me for like 3 or 4 days, and then
Nice.
5 IVs coming into me at one point.
Shit. Yeah.
It did look like I was in the Matrix. It was crazy, man.
Yeah. I was trying to, that is, Christ.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. So how long did they stay on
man.
for?
It was touch and go for like a few days there as well. The first 48 hours afterwards, they're monitoring me every hour on the hour. But they're checking to see if like my organs are about to go into multiple organ failure.
Jesus.
That's like the thing that they're worried about for the first like 24, 48 hours.
Yeah. Did they
then-
tell you this?
Yeah.
And so, without fucking hell, how did you even because I'd just been sat there just concentrating really hard on trying to make my organs not fail.
Well, what they said is you have to stand up. You need to stand up as quickly as possible. Like I think about 32 hours in, I was stood up and I walked around the bed. It hurt like fucking hell.
With
it was
fresh
the worst
surgery
goddamn thing ever.
scars and whatnot.
Yeah, but you have to walk. You have to move. You have to convince your body that it's not time to give up. Is literally what they were saying.
Christ, that's fucking wow. That's
insane.
terrifying. Yeah. Jesus.
This is what like the physio people were telling me when they came around.
Wow.
So at that point, that's when I was like, I am fucking determined right now to not like die here. Like I'm standing up. I'm getting up as soon as possible. And I did that, and like a day or so later, I started doing like some of the very, very light physiotherapy exercises that they were suggesting I should start doing when I get home. I was like, fuck that, I'm doing it now.
Balls to that. Yeah, you want to aid your recovery as quickly as possible. Yeah, I mean, I suppose you'd have this idea where it's like, all right, I'm fine, I'm up now, but like, it's almost like sort of kickstarting a car or whatever. Once you've got it going, you want to keep it going, otherwise it'll the battery will drain
stall again. Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so fucking hell, that must have been terrifying,
mate.
Yeah, I bet.
But once I realized like there was something I could do about it, that kind of changed everything. Because like, no lie, I was like ready to go up at one point.
Well, I bet, like, because like, it's one of these things you think, oh, thanks so much, fucking universe, thanks. Like, I deserve this, don't I? Like, yeah. If we're honest, though, is your competitive eating career over? So how's he doing now? Is it the bruising has all gone down a lot? It was fucking Jesus Christ. It looked. It
looked like I had been assaulted.
Like 1970s Tina Turner at time. It was fucked up. Like, crazy.
My dad said he was like, you look like you've been in a gang fight. You got stabbed and shot 3 times. Like, it's just fucking like, what the fuck?
Well, that happened. That happened after the physio, didn't it? That's why we were set back even further. You got some beef with another ward, and
I lost a chunk of my nose, which is brilliant too.
That's from the tube going.
Here's the thing, though. You brought up Trump earlier.
Yeah.
And I thought, I did think of Trump, and I was like, I lost more of my nose than he did of his ear when he got shot.
Oh, I thought you were saying, I'm not fucking letting him outlive me. No, I want to see him dead. I don't care if I'm mostly robot. Like, I want to see him dead and maybe piss on his grave. Like, but we'll see.
And we are back. So basically, what's coming up next is the 3-year episode of Some Dare that we recorded on Twitter, which actually was the night before all of this kicked off. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, shit. Like, we need to go back and listen to that. See if there was anything that might have triggered it. We're empiricists.
Well, the listeners are about to listen to it now, so you guys tell us if there's any triggers in there.
And if any of your stomachs explode, you've only got yourselves to blame.
Then we'll know it was Neil.
Yeah.
It's all Neil.
It's all
Yeah, so
me.
you guys enjoy that. We're going to go record some twats, and we will see you next week. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this very special live edition of Some Dare Call It Conspiracy, where we're going to celebrate 3 years of dossing about.
Nice.
Neil, say hello to the people.
Hello, the people.
We've also got a very special guest, our very good friend, Steve, the conspiracist. Steve, introduce yourself to the people. Tell them about your mockumentary.
Hello, you alright? How's it going? Sorry, I just was trying to get my sound sorted. Yeah, I've just brought it out, just released it. It's taken a lot longer than I planned, but yeah, these things happen sometimes. It's it's nice to see it actually out because a couple of times I'd say yeah, I wasn't even too sure I'd be able to get it finished. But yeah, it's a documentary about flat earthers, and it's got a bit more of a story. As you guys have seen it, it's got a bit more of a story than just sort of laughing at them. But as per usual, it's never the flat earthers that actually mistake it for being real. It's always non-flat earthers that do. And that's one of the bits I enjoy about the most about it. People coming on and going like, "Ah, you're a really dumb flat earther." Like, yeah, I'm the dumb one. Well, very good.
Neil, I want to start with you, mate. I want to start with you. What has been your favorite deep dive of ours? First, I want to ask what has been the most fun, and then what was
Okay.
the most satisfying?
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, there we go then. The most fun one. Probably, I don't know, actually. The one we've got sat waiting was pretty fun, actually. The Ancient Aliens, that was a lot of fun. And there was barely any anti-Semitism in it. Like, actually, or was there? Oh no, I think there might have been a lot actually. But yeah, that was a good one. I like the Epstein one and the Hunter Biden's laptop because they're just kind of fun, aren't they? Really, like they're interesting. There's a lot of different sort of angles that they go off on, and there's some there's with both of those things, there's a lot of things that are sort of grey areas and unsolved. And with all of these things, like the grey areas and the unsolved bits are potentially more interesting than the supposed conspiracy theories. The most satisfying one, obviously, would be the ones that we did on Manchester. Um, not just the series looking at the theory, but I did like. I thought it really sort of gave some interesting context. The ones we did afterwards, talking about Richard and how he got into the theory and his ultimate downfall. I thought they sort of really turned out to be pretty damn good documentaries. Like, do you know what I mean? In their own right, but also obviously, I think we did a good job there. I think we did a worthy cause. There's obviously there's the closeness to Richard, like because I used to know him, and but I think we did it in such a way that it wasn't sensationalist. I don't think we sort of took advantage of the situation in a ghoulish way, and I don't think that. And I think we were fair to Richard as well. We could have used it to jump up and down on his head. Like, do you know what I mean? Like we could have just like been really, really horrible. Um, and and to be honest, we'd have been fairly justified in that, but we didn't. I thought we handled it quite reasonably and quite measured. And yeah, so I'd say the Manchester one is definitely the most satisfying.
Yeah, I think you did great work on that, and like you said, you didn't attack him personally or anything. You just tried to show context. And I really liked the downfall episodes
Yeah.
because, you showed literally the descent from him kind of just believing in like UFO sort of stuff and then kind of getting sucked into this world of the the hoax and crisis actor thing by his friends and his peers, and it just showed the timeline, and I think that was really important,
Mm.
to humanize him in a way. I know a lot of
Well,
people want to make him like into a monster and everything, but we've always tried to say this is a person who's just got something terribly wrong. You
yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah. Like in some ways, he's a victim too. Like, obviously not the main victim, but like, and some of that is a victim of his own hubris. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And arrogant, which sort of, I mean, that's the other thing, is that sort of by the time a lot of time had passed from doing the Panorama show to doing the Manchester series to then following up and doing the Fall series, and Richard's attitude throughout that period was interesting as well, because, like, you know, initially I was rather sympathetic is the wrong word, but like sort of the main thing that I wanted to, in particularly with the Panorama show, was to highlight that Richard was not like Alex Jones, in as much as Alex Jones knows his line, doesn't give a shit, and he's just making money. Richard wrongly genuinely thought that he was uncovering a crime. Now, he still did terrible things, but there is that distinction. However, he backed himself into a corner and and wouldn't admit he was wrong, and doubled down, and got really quite unpleasant. Like, some of the things that he demanded during his trial, and some of the attitudes, excuse me, that he took on like Delingpole's podcast and stuff like that. Um, was It was one of those things where you could understand it, but you could in no way justify it. Like, this is a person that has basically he's backed himself into a corner, sort of, not just in a sort of legal sense, but also in a sort of mental sense, because it's one of those things where, like, he invested a huge amount into this, and for him to then just go, "Oh shit, I was wrong." I think here's the thing, right? I think the problem was again with all of this, to a degree, was the audience. Like, and again, I'm not trying to say that Richard is in any way blameless, because of course it's his fault. But what I mean by that was, initially he was pandering to the audience, like, and then he got a response from it, and that was why he continued down the crisis actor sort of path. And then he's in a very, this is a really strange situation to be in. Once it sort of went public and he was deemed to be attacked by the BBC, you've got a huge amount of people, right, that are then going to be saying to him, "This is because you're right." And it's easier to several things. One, it's easier to sort of convince yourself that, yes, you are the hero of the piece and you're being persecuted, as opposed to, shit, I've accidentally done a terrible, terrible, dreadful thing. But also, you know, people do stupid things in times of stress, and he's in a position where the only people that seem to be on his side are telling him that he's right, double down, the BBC are attacking you, yada, yada, yada. So what's he going to do? Turn on all of those people and say, "No, actually, you're all wrong." And then everyone's going to hate him. I mean, that's what you should do as a responsible person, but it's an impossible situation.
yeah, I agree. For myself, I think similar thing, like the Manchester stuff that we did is probably the most important content
Yeah.
that we've made.
Mm.
And I'm totally with you. I think the David Icke episode was really funny. The very first episode we did with
Yeah.
Skeptic of the North, that was like, we hit the ground running with that. Like, it was brilliant.
Mm.
But I know the subject is a bit raw, but I really enjoyed the Pizzagate series.
Oh yeah, Pizzagate was great actually
I
as well.
think like
Yeah, no, I enjoyed that.
yeah, you destroyed it.
Yeah.
We just absolutely destroyed it, and it's just Joel obviously was hilarious. That was the first time we got
Yeah.
to to do an episode with Joel. Um, and yeah, it was just, I don't know,
Well,
as
Pizzagate, it kind of
as
came together well, didn't it? Because we had the chance to use samples, and
yeah,
we it was slightly longer than the previous ones. Like, oh Jesus Christ, right? I've still got the notes from the very first David Icke thing, right? There's five, or this is meant to like 5 or 6 pages in a small notebook, and mostly it's bullet points. And then, like, you remember the fucking how thick the bit was for for Ancient Aliens? It was like, I think it was
Oh
about
my
400
God.
pages or something like that.
Yeah,
It was meant.
the audience doesn't know, but we have recorded a full series of debunking the ancient aliens conspiracy theory, but we recorded for like 9 hours over
Oh, it was
2
longer.
days.
Yeah. No, I thought it was more like it was longer than 10, I thought, because like it was at least 5 hours on each day. And like, yeah, that was crazy. And
Yeah.
poor old Joel, like, because it was late for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like yeah, it was late night for him, and bless him, he's a superhero. He stays up all night for us, but yeah, it was good.
Yeah. No, but they're all fun. Like, this is the thing. They're fun to research, and they're fun to chat about, and fun to find things out about and stuff like that. So, don't panic, guys. I know we've sort of deferred to the sort of the twat stuff at the minute, but we are going to continue to do everything just as and when we get the time and the sort of impulse, basically.
Exactly. This is like a DIY record label, and we do what the hell we want. Um,
Sounds like.
so we're just going to stick to deep dives for the moment. I would just want to make
Mm.
a quick announcement. Anyone who's listening, like, if you want to come and talk, if you want to say something, if you just want to speak for 2 minutes, if you're friend or foe, whatever, come on, raise your hand, come say something.
Follow.
You're more than welcome to speak. Steve, you were messaging me telling me like you were catching up on all the episodes and everything. When it comes to the deep dives, which ones did you like learn a lot from? You were on one of our deep dives as well. The cultural
I
Marxism
think,
one, was it?
yeah, it was
Yeah.
one of the earlier ones. You know what? I quite like the Tommy Robinson ones as of late. Those ones you've
Mm.
done. I think because I've still got the friend who tries to stick up for him, and based on if you cherry pick, or if you only get exposed to certain things that certain people say, it's your show that sort of armed me with the ability to go, actually, yeah, he also does and says and thinks this, and for example, and it's been the most sort of like, because I'm obviously English, and then he is as well, and it's something that affects our country more than, say, some of the other political issues abroad. Um, so yeah, I found that one to be the most intriguing, and I think I've told you both in the past. I've worked with a guy that was really into that whole way of thinking, so it helped me like understand it a lot more. It's been one of the ones that's stood out.
Oh, thank you very much.
So it
And
gave
that
you
was
like
on.
the ammunition basically to confront these lies by your friends.
Yeah, I'd say more organised it. Like, there was a lot of stuff I was familiar with before, because I know that they've all got a lot of similarities. A lot of these types of grifts and types of ways of, everyone's trying to get a little tribe, aren't they? All these grifters, and I was familiar with a lot of it, but it was just organising it all, so I was able to go. And it reminds you of it. I can kind of, I think I did even send it to him. In the end, I was like, just here's a neatly organised reasons as to why, that guy's the way he is.
Excellent.
You know what it's like when you forget key points when you're actually talking to someone, and you're
Yeah.
like, no, you end up sort of just going like, no, I promise you, he's a knobhead. And they're like, well, why exactly? Why exactly? I'm like,
Yeah, sometimes it's
remember.
hard to like face the steamroller of the gish gallop that people tend to just throw a load of stuff at you and you don't know how to stop it. Oh, we've got the man who designed our logo who wants to come and
Yeah.
say a word. Nick, please take the floor. Thank you. I gotta tell you, mate, thank you so much for supporting us from day one, offering to make our logo for us. Like, mate, thank you so much.
All right. Yeah, I just wanted to thank you as well. I've really enjoyed watching you grow, and from stumbling upon your very first YouTube video, Brent. Yeah, and just watching it progress from there. it's been amazing. And I really liked your documentary, Steve, and the guy you interviewed on the beach is an old friend of mine, Darren. So it was quite funny to see him because I grew up in Brighton.
All right, cool. Thank you very much. I
Uh,
didn't realise you know, Dan.
yeah, I was the first one to tell him about Bob Dodds, and that kicked off the whole. I don't know how old you are, but when they ran for elections in Brighton, yeah, I just wanted to pop in, say hello, and just show much appreciation. And it's been great to see the work you do, and you do great stuff. So
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah,
Nick.
thank you very much.
It really means a lot, mate. Can you please, before you go off, please tell everyone where to find your stuff? Tell everyone your website, and please, like, buy some Nicholas Gray artwork and
I'll
some
put
merchandise
it.
because it's fantastic.
It is good. It's
I'll
fantastic.
put it in the comments, and then I'll put it in the nest.
That's fabulous, mate. Thank you so much, Nick. Right, I think we should maybe start talking about the interviews that we've done, Neil.
Oh
Who
yeah,
who have you enjoyed like speaking to? Obviously, we've enjoyed speaking to everyone. Like, we don't have
Yeah.
anyone on who's boring, you know. But who have you
Mhm.
really found like gave you some interesting insights and made you like think maybe for a few days after the interview?
Oh right. I mean, some of the recent people that we like, Nelly, obviously, from the Disinfo Lab is fantastic. She's
Uh,
brilliant.
yeah, Nelly
Like,
Payeux, Nelly Payeux
yeah,
from Le Souillonneur.
yeah, just absolutely, just brilliant mind, and just incredible. Everybody's been fun. Like John Ronson, obviously, was just like when you told me, like, we've got somebody, you're not going to believe it. Like, it's like, no way. Like, John Ronson, that was awesome. Um,
Yeah.
Barrett Brown,
Yeah,
was incredible.
that was the for the audience, that was the only person who Neil has ever requested to me, can you please get this person on the show?
Mm.
Because more normally I pick the person, I find people who we want to put on or whatever. But Neil was like, can we please get this guy? So I went and organized it, sorted out, and was like, hey, we got your guy. And that was a
Yeah.
fabulous chat. Nearly got us in trouble with the
Yeah, we
old
got threatened by a journalist.
by the Washington Post journalist, said that he was going to
Yeah.
sue us.
Uh-huh.
That was a lot of fun.
That he said, Barrett had said something on the show that he said wasn't true and wasn't in his, and he says he knew it wasn't true because Barrett hadn't actually put it in his book. And at this point, I was only about halfway through the book because it had only just come out like a couple of days ago, and I just got it through the post. And we're like, we don't know. Has he done this? Has he not? We had to really quickly scan through the book. And I was like, hang the fuck on. He has said that in the book. And hang on. And then I looked it up and cross-referenced it. It's like, no, this bloke's fucking lying. Like, can't believe it. But hey ho. But yeah, that was great because I've been a sort of big fan of Barrett Brown's for a huge amount of time. Barney Farmer was wonderful. I was so happy when you arranged that.
Yeah, that was a
Barney
surprise.
Farmer,
That was a
yeah,
surprise,
that
wasn't
was
it? Because
wonderful. That
you
was,
said
yeah.
about the Daily, was it Daily Mail, Mail Online, or whatever it is.
Yeah. Mail on, the
Yeah,
Mail Online is a Viz comic strip that's
and
absolutely stunning.
yeah, and I thought, right, I'm going to surprise Neil with this one, and let's see if I can get Barney on. Yeah, he's on. Sweet, right? Let me
I
go.
was touched by it.
You were
Yeah,
so happy.
I was genuinely touched. That was a really lovely thing that you did, and obviously Barney's ace, so that was great. Dom Jolly, obviously a high point, because just Dom is just awesome. Suze Kempner, hilarious
Hell
and
yeah.
just a wonderful person.
It was brilliant. I really enjoyed that one too.
Yeah, she's cracking, isn't she? Absolutely, and so talented, like in a number of ways, and incredibly sweet with it as well.
Her voice
She's
is
not
unbelievable.
arrogant.
She
Oh,
performs around the
incredible!
corner for me quite a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
She
yeah,
just, yeah. She just incredible. Her range is astonishing. Like
yeah.
it's, yeah. But I tell you who else. Like I was, I'm really chuffed that we got to speak to, and that we now kind of know is Tony D, Tony Poisonous, Tony Poison, fucking Poisonous Poets, and Don't Flop champion Tony D. Fuck about, that's wicked.
We've had him twice.
Yeah, it's astonishing.
He's a good
So,
guy.
yeah, and again, just very, very talented. That's what's really nice. It's just really nice to like to speak to people who are good at what they do and just are, like, are passionate about it and stuff like that. And yeah, it's all the interviews are fun. Like a lot of them are sort of like by the seat of our pants and stuff like that. Like, you know, we're not Parkinson by any stretch of the imagination, but there's been relatively few awkward silences, so that's usually good.
And if there was any, I edited them out.
Exactly. So, you know, if we will fake it till we make it.
I really enjoyed the most recent one that we did with Will Sabag Montefiore. He was
Yeah,
Montefiore.
Will's funny.
He's so
Yeah,
funny. He's such a cool guy.
yeah, yeah. Oh, totally as well. Yeah, absolutely
I
cool guy. Like,
I really to be honest, I really enjoy like it when we do the interviews with the journalists, you know, because we get a little peek behind
Mike
how
Wendell,
media works.
David Gilbert as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
those were both fascinating interviews, actually. Both of
Yeah.
them. Like, Mike is just a really nice guy. Both of them are really nice guys. In fact, you know, we've not really had any sort of like controversial guests that we've got. I he was a dickhead.
No,
Like,
no.
been quite fortunate, really.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they may well say that about us, but
I think we've
there's
only
nothing we can.
had one guest where he was a little bit shy when we did the political spectrum of conspiracy theories. I think he was a little bit overwhelmed by you.
Did I say something
You and your
terrifying? Yeah.
motor mouth.
Yeah, it can happen. Like, yeah, I don't doubt it was entirely my fault.
Yeah,
Like,
obviously we loved speaking to every single person because, you know, because conspiracism affects everybody and everybody knows people in this world now. So we can kind of talk to anyone because
Yeah.
everyone's got some sort of experience. But Steve, I want to ask you, like, which of the interviews really stuck with you?
Jordan Peterson one. I mean, obviously I was on that, but yeah, I mean, because he's another one that a lot of people have sort of got positive things to say about, and
He had a meltdown on Piers Morgan the other day and
I
cried. For some
saw it
reason.
was, and you know what? I was off the back of that. I actually watched that Adolescence just to see what he's harping on about, and he
Was
couldn't
that
have-
what he was crying about?
yeah,
For
to a large
God's sake.
degree, he couldn't have got it more. I literally just finished it actually. I finished watched it today, and he couldn't have got it more wrong. Frankly, it was. I think
Yeah.
it was. Have you watched it? I
Oh
think it was
yeah, absolutely.
brilliantly
And
handled.
yeah, it's astonishingly good. Like, and that's what's so silly about all the sort of furore about this is that all the people are they're angry about something that hasn't happened because they haven't watched it and they don't understand it, and so they're sort of filling in their own narrative about it and saying this is what it is and blah blah blah, and it's like it's very, very stupid. Basically, we're going to discuss it more on the sort of Twats show, like obviously when that sort of comes up. But like the one thing that got me was like people are not understanding the concept of like how fiction could be used to sort of like help tell a narrative. They're like,
Yeah,
why are they discussing like active fiction in Parliament? And it's like, are you serious? Like, almost every single lesson that you learn as a child is through fiction, other than when you put your hand on a hob or something like that, right? Okay. And, you know, things like Aesop's fables, for example. Like,
the
you know,
church.
yeah, anything like that. Anything, yeah, the Good Samaritan. There you go. Like, absolutely, anything like that. It's a story that instills concepts into you because stories are sort of more relatable. Like,
Yeah,
but yeah, it's ridiculous.
yeah, and it's when you get people going they expect it to be everyone's going like, what about this? What do you mean?
Mm,
What about it? Doesn't it's not an or situation. It's not an and or
yeah,
situation. It's just like this happens to be a story. about
this particular the thing.
about this
Yeah.
particular type of thing, it doesn't make everything else redundant. Like, you know,
Yeah, it's a bit like storming out of Schindler's List and going, I expected more fucking sharks like in Jaws. It's like
yeah,
that's not what it is. It's not about that. Like, yeah.
yeah. And you
You
always
all
got your
know that
most.
sharks are the real killers. Look at them. Look at them swapping it for Nazis. Like,
Yeah,
they've got it's wokeism gone mad. And Steven Spielberg, well, we know about, there's certain aspects of his character.
yeah. When people obviously everyone saying that there's no stories about, why is it like a working class family from Northern England? It's like because there haven't been any films about the ghettos of London. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not a
That's
single,
already been
never been
covered.
one about that. Is there? Like,
Yeah, it's like kidulthood, adulthood, Attack the
yeah,
Block, Top Boy. Like,
yeah, yeah,
these are all
yeah, yeah.
things
That was the thing. Like, did Top Boy demonize black kids? Like it was silly, very, very silly.
it's just a story. That's the way I interpret it. It's just a story.
What interested me, and maybe I'm the only person in the world that saw it like this, was that the plot essentially was the same plot as Joker, in as much as somebody wronged by society in certain ways, but not in other ways, lashes out it in violence. Now, what's strange is that the same people that basically, for some reason, hated adolescents loved Joker and saw it for some reason as some sort of like anti-woke sort of like um celebration of see what happens if you push too far. And yeah, it's bizarre. It like literally people that praised the film had said they hated the TV series, and they were describing the same sort of things. The one was positive in this, and one was suddenly demonizing people in this, and it's like, people just like to moan.
Well, you just said for some
Yeah,
reason, and that reason is idiocy.
Well, and also potentially racism. But
Same thing, same difference.
yeah. Well, yes, that's very true. Yeah, 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 silliness, isn't it? But yeah, going back to the points, the interviews have been, yeah, just great. Like, because as I said, like, that was the fun thing. It's like, never thought we'd get a chance to shoot the shit with Dom Jolly and John Ronson
And Danny Wallace.
Tony Green and Danny Wallace. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like, telling his story about the ghost ducks.
Yeah.
I got a question for you both. Who would you top three people if you could pick anyone? Who would you like to have on the show?
Oh right, yeah, okay.
I
Like,
would
right,
like to
like a
nominate for
fantasy
Bill
sort of,
Gates.
yeah, that'd be interesting.
I just think that'd be.
God,
That's just a
we've talked
bad.
about it. We have talked about this. We'd like to musicians, like, so we'd probably like to have some sort of musicians on, to just because we like musicians. Immortal Technique would be an interesting one, obviously. And it would just descend into people that we liked, really, to be quite honest. Like, I like to talk to Stizzer from Leftover Crack, and Chris Rest from Rich Kids on LSD, and stuff like that. And there's just numerous, any rapper really, like from the golden era, like we'd really, KRS-One would be fantastic to talk to. Even someone like Griff, Professor Griff, might be interesting, although I don't know if that would end well.
KRS-One comes to the UK quite a bit. He's performing across down the road from me quite soon. He's
Yeah,
over quite
like,
a lot.
it's not impossible. Like, and we actors, comedians, and stuff like that would be astonishing. Um, uh, I'll tell you what it is really. Like, we just pick people that we like. and ask. And if they say yeah, we're like, yeah, that's amazing. Like it'd be like to catch a Marlowe and a Shuffle Tea. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Diz would be great. Disaster would be
Shoddy
interesting.
horror.
Shoddy Horror would be awesome to chat to. Yeah,
Yeah, he's a funny bastard. He is.
yeah, totally.
And what's the flyer thing? Koj, and Koj might be an interesting one.
Oh, totally. Yeah, absolutely. Like, there's so many. Depends what your scale is, really. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, those are sort of people we like in no particular order.
If you were to ignore just people you like that and do it just for the purposes of deep diving into conspiracy, who would you pick then?
So say that again.
Hold on. Sorry. Just quickly before we actually get into more stuff, we got another audience member who wants to come on quickly and say hello. I know he's got very limited time, so Daniel Pugsley.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello. Hey,
Yeah, man.
how's it going? Hey, I'm sorry, Neil. I'm sorry, I'm not a rapper. I'm a bass player. But yeah, I just wanted to say I love you guys. I love this show, and you like, yeah, I just needed it in my life when I found it. Just
thank
from
you.
like just things that are, just in life at the moment, we are in such a funny place in the world, and the way you guys deconstruct stuff, and I think it's like the level of humility that you guys have come into this with and everything. It's just awesome, and I just want to big you guys up and just say thank you so much.
Thank you, man. That's really cool. Big fans of yourself as well, Dan. Like, obviously, like for people that don't know, Dan's in a band called Skindred, who are fucking awesome. When are you going to come and play in Nottingham or do Bloodstock again?
I'm sure we will end up in Nottingham, tied up in knots again at some point. And
Nice.
yeah. Rock City, we love it. So and as well because our last record and the record, like I'm in the studio at the moment. We're
Oh, cool.
recording him in Brighton. Like Benj is in the middle of vocal takes, and I've got like one bud in, so I can listen to you guys like do this because I wanted to catch this. But I am sure when the record comes out that we will definitely come to like Rock City and all that, and maybe we can get a cup of tea or something.
Oh, I'd love to. Absolutely love to.
Awesome.
But yeah, thank you so much, man. Like, really, really appreciate it.
No, you guys are doing the good work, really. And I think it's like the way you handle a lot of the subjects, because a lot of it, people are fucking balmy, aren't they? And you get into it and you're like, how do people believe this stuff? But a lot of people, I think if they are into that world of conspiracism, they come from a place of, seeing injustice or seeing things that are a problem and just trying to make sense of it. Really,
Absolutely.
a lot of the time, and just, the way you guys approach it, and I love it, and thank you. I'm gonna have to chip. But I'm gonna keep listening to you guys, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Dan. Thank you so much.
No worries. Cheers, Brent. Cheers,
Cheers, mate.
Nice one,
See you
man.
later. Bye.
But yeah, just so people understand, like, there, but for the grace of God, we used to like believe / entertain all sorts of stuff, like, and to a degree, I wish some of it was true, like, but we just found out that it wasn't really, like, and also, as Dan's absolutely right, like that's nobody, or at least when we were getting into it, it might have changed slightly now because the concept of a conspiracy theorist is slightly different. Like it seems to be more sort of aimed at groups and sort of discrimination and stuff like that, which is not what we got into it for. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, particularly sort of like after 9/11 and stuff like that, the theory was like, don't fall for the hype. They're going to use this to demonize Muslims. And now it's don't fall for the hype. Muslims are absolute bastards, and everybody that's coming, that's seeking refuge or illegally or illegally trying to migrate to whatever country is liable to knife you to death in your bed. And it's like there's a fundamental change. Bizarrely, even in that, like it's framed as a sort of doing the right thing. I mean, obviously, I don't think that is doing the right thing at all, but it is framed in that way.
I think that's fundamental to selling any of these ideas. It's fundamental to convince people that they're on the good side.
Absolutely. I mean, like,
Yeah.
there's very few people who turn around and go, "No, we're doing this because we're bastards," right? Even sort of like, you know, like Nazis or whatever. Like they're doing it because they, at least some of them, have a concept that they're fighting for the preservation of the white race, or they're fighting against, you know, Jewish world control or something like that.
Very
Like,
Logan.
yeah, like it's silly, obviously, but this is the thing. Like the people like to see themselves as the hero of their own story, like,
Yeah.
and but it's just that the people can be easily manipulated, and also, like, you know, some people just easily led, and you know, this is why we're in the world that we're in at the minute. Really, it's just a
Well,
mess.
Yeah.
that's one of the things I
Exactly.
thought was great about adolescence, because that last bit you just said about young boys are particularly vulnerable to someone
Mhm.
like getting their attention and going, I can teach you how to be a fucking man, or like just this
Absolutely, yeah.
or this that. And they are literally easy pickings. They're trying to find themselves. It is. I mean, I'm sure young girls are as well, but they're not getting targeted by the manosphere, are they?
No.
Obviously, they've got repercussions from it, but um, yeah, these are they're such easy pickings, and that's what that was about.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, you know, I was looking at it and going, "Fucking hell." I remember being at school and thinking how social media and having a photo, like a camera and a film camera on your phone, would be the worst fucking thing.
Mm,
Thinking back to all the shit that we did at school and all the embarrassing stuff that happened, and, you know,
mm,
not necessarily just to me, just like, you know, things that happened to people. And if
yeah,
that was caught on film and put on the internet and stuff, or the pressures are hugely different, which is why a program like that is, it's not just to teach kids, and it's not there to teach kids. As I said, it's there just to sort of like, it's a way of talking about something. For fuck's sake, when we were doing like World War II, like at school, we watched "Oh What a Lovely War," which is and the musical version. Like, that's not realistic. It's not entirely realistic, right? Okay, but you know what it did? It allowed us to understand concepts around, um, for example, the idea that it was just the royal family having a fight and stuff like that, right? And so this is why they do these things. But um, what was the other thing was that it was kind of like a sort of bridging thing for parents as well, like the emoji things and the explaining of like what the 100 emoji means and things like that, because you know, that's sort of the point of these things, to make it impenetrable for your parents to understand and to have your own thing. The only thing that I thought was quite ironic was that, and I don't know if this to be a fact, but if I know anything about youth culture, by the time that came out, all of that's probably completely wrong. Whatever slang they used, whatever emojis they used, like that's like last season, and everyone's onto something else now. Like, do you know what I mean? But like, you know,
probably, yeah.
that's the nature of kids, isn't it? So, but who are your bucket list then, Brent?
I know, Steve, you asked for 3, but I've got 6. But I've got
Jesus.
Go around.
well, I've got 3 people that I want to speak to about their ideas, and they're all musicians. All right. So the first person is the lead singer from Strike Anywhere, Thomas Barnett. Love to
Yes.
speak to him about left wing values and the work that he's doing right now, which is
Mhm.
part of he's working for a legal firm which deals with diversity. So I just think that would be a fantastic episode. He's such a kind and thoughtful man. Like, I would love to dig into his thoughts. The other person is Jim Lindbergh from Pennywise, who I've always
Also,
respected for his politics. And the third, like, musician kind of person that I want to dig into his thoughts is Matt Embry from RX Bandits. He's just I want to dig into some of these lyrics and some of these thoughts that he has because I know he's super political and I know he's super conscious. So, like, those are the three people that I'd like to talk to, like, on a personal level. But there's three people that I want to speak to about how conspiracy theories have affected them. And that is number one, Klaus Schwab.
ooh,
Never going to get him, but I'd fucking love to. Number two, Bill Gates. Never going to get him, but I'd fucking love to. And number three is probably my number one guest that I would absolutely adore and love to speak to about this stuff is Lady Gaga.
yes.
Did not expect that.
Just
Why?
the center of so many conspiracy theories. I would just love to sit with her for half an hour and just dig into like how that feels for her. Like all this terrible thing, because like that's what's always like struck me and affected me about my own time in conspiracy land is the terrible things I said about innocent people. And that's why I would like to speak to those three people to see like to really face the 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 shit that I said about them. You know, I want to feel
Yeah.
it. I want to know it. I want to understand it. I want to empathize with it. And like, yeah, those are three people I think that are at the center of conspiracy theories that I think would be a phenomenal conversation to have.
They would be good.
Our guy's been. I mean, I didn't. I was surprised the person he said about. I suppose come to think of it. Has she ever been particularly? So I've only started to sort of, appreciate how talented she is in the last sort of 5 years. But even when she first came out, was she particularly a public person or not? Or was she recluded? Has
She
gone
went to
more
the
private?
same school as Paris Hilton and her sister, Paris and Nikki Hilton. She's her father is a well-dressed Italian businessman, which might be a euphemism for
That's just
potentially
Italians, well dressed. What are you talking about?
as well. Yeah, well-dressed Italian businessman is often a euphemism for might well be mobbed up, basically. So her real name's Stephanie Giamata or Germanata or something like that.
German, yeah.
Yeah, and well, she's clearly a very talented woman, but yeah, she's quite well off and might well be hooked up with the mob. But fair enough. It is what it
She
is.
is out of all the people, she's the only person that I've tried to contact so far.
Jesus Christ! Like,
I am going to keep trying to get
no,
Klaus
dude,
Schwab,
not
Bill
to the
Gates,
point of
and Lady Gaga.
no, dude, like not to the point of stalking, obviously. But yeah, keep hammering away. I've thought of a couple more actually, like Robert Smith from The Cure and Mick Jones from The Clash would be awesome. And Glenn Matlock would be good as well. Like,
I think Ice Cube would make a good shout at all.
Yeah.
I think he would just, because I kind of want to just be. I've always loved Cube, but I just want to be like, really, mate. Like,
Really,
he's not that
really,
bad,
like,
but
what the fuck is wrong with you?
the thing is, I think the thing is, like in America, black communities do have like history with the government trying certain things. So they're
oh yeah, just a
it's
bit.
sort of
Like,
well engraved in hip hop culture, isn't it? And they're just so
they fucking murdered Fred Hampton. Like,
yeah, with good reason.
well, like it's they're not opposed to killing black people in America. It's just a thing that they do, basically.
Yeah, well documented, isn't it?
But yeah, going back to our special guests as well, RX Bandits would be interesting because I once, well, actually twice, sold them weed. So I wonder if they remember that.
Probably not. I'm sure someone sold him weed on every fucking tour for like the past 15 years, bro.
To be fair, but yeah, that would be interesting. We'll
Would
find
you
out.
would you ever have any of the people on that you clashed with, like Lawrence Fox, for example, if it was ever?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, I'm
Like
sure you'd relish the opportunity, to be honest, and I would absolutely love to hear you going head to head with someone like that. That'd be brilliant.
Lawrence Fox. Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Like totally. Like we did. There was somebody who we were who got in touch with us. I won't say who it was. It's a female that's worked with the BBC previously. It's not Marianne Spring. It's nobody that we like. Someone got in touch with us, and they wanted to do an interview with us. And it was clear that they were trying to do it to promote themselves. They were trying to enter themselves into certain demographics in order to make money. And for whatever reason, they thought that we'd be a good sort of thing to sort of talk to. And it was all there. It was all set up. And I found out who this person was. I was like, oh yeah, okay. So we got like a file together. Well, we're going to do this ambush interview where basically like we said, a few years ago you said this, and a few years ago you said this, and a few years ago you said this. Do you still stand by it? And just stuff like that. And this person got in touch with Brent and went, I've listened to a couple of your shows, and I don't think I want to be interviewed by you people. That Neil is a bit brash, isn't he? And and Brent knows who it is, obviously. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Steve, now I want to ask you though, because you just flipped it on us. Who would we want on the show? Who do you want us to interview?
I mean, I don't feel like I can ever answer this question without including Barry from EastEnders.
Oh, that'd be good. I just think he's a very talented man. I'd love to interview him.
He's a really nice fellow. Apparently, I know a couple of people who know, and he's as nice as you'd imagine him to be honest. So, and he's quite game for. If you guys didn't, I know you have, I'm sure, but Neil, have you seen Extras?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
He's if anyone hasn't seen that, I think he steals the show in it because he just plays such a dishevelled version of himself, and it's the most brave acting I think I've seen, apart from perhaps Keith Chegwin in Extras. But who would I like to see you have? I mean,
Okay. How about this one, Steve? Who would you like Neil to go on someone else's podcast?
On their podcast, which podcast would I like to see Neil on?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the question.
I mean, Rogan would be a brilliant one because
Oh God, he'll put me in a fucking judo hold within 10 minutes. Like I'm telling you, like he'll say something, I'll go, no, I'm not having that, and I'll insult him, and yeah, he'll have me over the fucking desk and choking me unconscious within 10 minutes. I guarantee it.
To be fair, in terms of chemistry, it might not be the best scenario.
I think it would be wicked. Yeah, if me and Neil both went on there together, I think it would be a little bit more productive. If Neil went on his own, they'd probably have a fight. But as long as I was there to kind of keep the peace, I think it would be pretty good.
It won't be a fight. Joe Rogan destroying me.
Yeah, he shouldn't mess with Rogan really. Carl Froch, I mean, he would be quite a good one as well because I think
he's a Nottingham guy as well, Carl Froch.
I think where he's like, I just think you tie him up in knots. So I don't think he'd understand the words you use.
He lives quite close to me, so like that's probably not a good idea. Like,
yeah.
But and also like he is very well liked in Nottingham. Like he's a bit of a local hero stuff. So yeah.
He's just he's not so bad anyway, is he? He's not just. I think he could be talked around without too much trouble.
But to be fair to him, that has been hit quite a lot.
Yeah. That Lord Jamar, I know he's not necessarily. I mean, I suppose he's
oh my God,
Terrence Howard. He's another one. He's one of my favourites. I fucking love Terrence Howard. Like not for
Oh
his,
God, yeah.
not for his wisdom, of course. He's just comedy, isn't he? I can't.
He's going to take his own energy ideas and he's just going to run off to China with them. He says because nobody's taking him seriously in America, which
Yeah,
is just. Oh, it can go very wrong as well. Like I've done at least one podcast where basically I spent like a good couple of hours recording it, and because I argued with the bloke so much, never put it out. So, so there is always that. Like, yeah, it did come across as a bit of a mentalist, to be quite honest. But hey, it is what it is.
Well,
I think
the
some
T-shirt
people like.
podcast.
And that was the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just never coming out there ever.
I think people are getting a bit more wise. That like there are some channels that I've seen, and you see the host talking about previous guests they've had, and basically the reason they never ended up broadcasting it is because it's like it was clearly just they wanted to get on to make money, for example.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
You know, and obviously everyone's doing what they're doing as a career. You know, there's nothing wrong with trying to monetize what you want to do with your life.
No, absolutely. But like,
it's when it's really transparent, or well, if it's a serious issue and they're just trying to sort of capitalize on, you know, if you're going to monetize a serious issue, you've got to do it ethically as well.
absolutely, yeah. Well, this is the thing. It's about principles. Yeah, you know, everybody's out there to you've got to survive, haven't you, and whatnot. But it's about whether you're doing it in a manipulative manner, and that's what annoys me is that some of the people who, to me, are sort of the most sort of transparently like, oh, for God's sake, they're just telling you what you want to hear, like in order for you to throw money at them, particularly in the conspiracy world. But I don't know, it works. Seems to work. There's some people who've made quite a lot of cash out of it, haven't they, Brent?
Well, you get to monetize anything these days. I've actually got an idea for a completely different character I want to write, a completely different series I want to write. I don't know if I'll do it exactly mockumentary style, but it's about being a YouTuber. Because do you remember that you really liked the sketch I did?
Yeah, the short bit you did about
the
I
Twitter
say
guy.
this and wind them up and they send me money.
Yeah,
It's brilliant.
the Twitter guy, and to expand on that, and just basically to a YouTuber who's really transparently just like because sometimes I turn on you watch YouTube with my PlayStation. I've got a massive array of all the thumbnails are quite big, and I swear it's just like every single one of them is just like someone pointing at someone else going, he said this, or they lied about that, or what's been exposed, or and it's not all just like Russell Brand's fucking face, or even sports conspiracies, you know, the United stand or something like that. You got the host just going, this blatantly,
So in meltdown because of this.
this nonsense thumbnail. And I just want to take the piss out of that, and that can tie in with sort of you don't need to care about what you're saying. Like it's like you know how there's this like Elon's been going on about citizen journalism is the way forward. Like no, it's not.
No, it's not. No,
Asking the general public anything is how Brexit happens. Quite frankly, you shouldn't give the general public equal opinion and equal power. Like I'm not saying that. I'm not saying take it. I'm not. You know, it's one of them subjects of citizen journalism where, yeah, of course, you want to sort of give. You do want to take the power away from corporations who control what they do and don't cover. However, just bear it all in mind. There are some people that. There's some stupid people out there. I mean, worryingly stupid people out there.
To quote Rob Newman, right? 9 out of 10 people are thick as fucking shit, and that's why the dictionary is full of words like cat. You know what a fucking cat is. For God's sake, you don't need a fucking book to tell you. Like, but yeah, it is very, very transparent, isn't it? But what can you do? Nightmare.
Take the piss out of it. That's all you can do.
Yeah. That is all you can do, really, isn't it?
I think it's you got one of the reasons I really like mockumentary style is because you are just kind of you're basically turning a mirror on a subject and you know saying exactly what they say, making it sound daft so that people realise how daft it sounds.
Yeah,
people kind of like leave people. people actually, the audience actually kind of inserts their own punchline done that way as well. I've
Oh,
noticed.
totally. Yeah. The
They
the
kind of-
thing is, it all comes from fucking capitalism, essentially, right? The reason that people like it started off with vox pops, you know, where they go out and just like, what's your opinion of this? And the reason they would do fucking vox pops, right? Okay, is because either they hadn't got any material, uh, or they needed filler and they needed cheap filler. Like I was watching this program the other day, and it was one of these motor accident police blah 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 motorway killer bastard squad type things. And at the end of it, they're like, if you've got any footage, send us this. And it's like, fuck me. This is like you've been framed, but with very serious and often deadly traffic accidents. And it's like such a cheap way of making television. You send us all your material. We don't even have to go out and look for it. Like, we'll pay you a nominal fee and then we'll make a load of money. But it works on a number of levels. One, it's dead cheap for say the news people. You go out on the fucking street with a microphone, ask Joe Public, what do you think about this? Joe Public doesn't fucking know. Like, obviously, that's why the news exists. So we're in this sort of bizarre thing where the 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 audience drives what is put out, and in things like news, that really shouldn't be the way. News shouldn't pander to ratings and shouldn't pander to like what the audience likes to hear. Like it should just tell you the news, and probably dispassionately as well. But hey ho, because like you know, obviously you've got as well as that sort of political influence and stuff like that. But yeah, this is it. And what happens is it gives that sort of parasocial relationship, you know, like being in a fan club or whatever. Like, and oh God, like Robbie Williams told me, or who was it? It was Mark actually. He had a pet iguana called Nirvana, you know, like, and his favorite color was blue. And I, because of knowing those facts, I feel so much closer to him. And but it's kind of a similar thing. You feel like you're involved, and you feel like you're sort of doing something, and you also feel like you've got to kind of like you're being listened to, and you're not being listened to. That's the bizarre thing. The news isn't necessarily interested in what you're saying. It's just interested in the concept that you've got to say. It's dictating what you're talking about, and it's not going to react to it in any meaningful way. It's just there as a conduit. Like it's essentially like you want to scream into this canyon for 10 minutes. Like it's very therapeutic, but in a sort of technological digital way. And that's why we're in the fucking ridiculous state we are now. We're like 24-hour news. You can't. You can't make it entertaining and actually cover stuff for 24 hours without like repeating shit and without putting filler in. And so we have surveys and stuff like that. It's not. It's madness, really, but it's basically because it's cheap and it fills time, and that's the entirety of the reason. It serves no purpose other than to make money.
Yes, I was just going to say exactly the same thing. It doesn't serve the purpose of serving the public. All it does is try to make advertising revenue. It's serving the people who are paying them. That's it.
Ultimately, that's it. These platforms just want people to. As soon as they got eyes on them, they don't really care about.
Exactly. Yeah, this is bums on seats, laddie. Bums on seats. Like you know, it's a tale as old as time. But this is the problem: is that basically when people rely on certain things for understanding and navigating the world, this is where you need sort of, well, you should have regulation, oversight, and honesty. And as you were saying earlier, this idea of like a global, like marketplace of ideas, whatever the fuck they're calling it now, like citizen journalism, fact checkers on Twitter fact checking everybody else. That's not how you do it. That's mob rule.
Yeah.
And often mob rule is not right. And you know, off the top of my head, I can't think of an incident where a mob has got the wrong end of the stick and led to violence. Oh, except for all the fucking times that it happened. Right? Like so, So this is the problem. But again, that's the sort of the strange sort of duality of it, is that basically it makes you feel like you're an individual with what's the word that I'm looking for? Uh, you are vital. You are informed. You have
Special knowledge.
not just that you are actually, you know, of use, and you're doing something, that you
Yep.
have cachet, ability. The word, oh god, it's like, anyway, the point being that it gives you self-esteem by making you think that you're an important individual, whilst also essentially you're the only task of you being an individual is to be part of the mob. But because of the way, again, that we've you know, you're part of a mob sat on your own on your laptop. You're part of this massive you've got an audience watching you. You're part of that mob, but you're sat on your own. And do you know what I mean? This is no wonder everyone's fucking nuts. It- like, it's ragging you every which way but loose. Like, it's essentially sort of, I'm being hyperbolic here, obviously, but it's like almost like an induced schizophrenia, where the only way that you get any sort of recognition as an individual is to be part of something larger than yourself, and to give yourself over to a mass, like being part of the fucking Borg.
Yeah, I think you said a minute ago. Some people get overwhelmed by the sheer amount of. It's not their legs. They're led to believe they have to care about everything because there's so much going
Mhm.
on. And I game regularly with a couple of people that are sort of couple of generations, you know, early 20s, mid 20s sort of thing, and I can notice the difference between the way they, you know, they've grown up with social media. It's almost like they feel like they're a bad person because they're not worried and informed about everything.
Yeah,
Good
totally,
luck.
totally. Because people are looking
Your
to you
battles.
for a response.
Yeah.
Nobody is actually looking to you for a response. Obviously, no one's like, everyone's concerned about themselves and how they're going to respond, because everyone is looking at them, even though nobody's looking at them either. Um, and then it's playground rules, because here's the thing that everyone learned from school. What's the best way to avoid getting picked on?
Picking on people.
You fuck yeah, like, absolutely. Yeah, you find, you eke out a flaw, you eke out something like a vulnerability, a little chink in the armor or whatever. You tease that out. You pretend that, oh, it's fine. No, talk about it. Tell everyone about it. Oh my god! And then that's the thing. And this is the thing on the internet, because it is essentially like Twitter is like a fucking, like, um it's like a comprehensive school playground, but 90% of the people there also happen to be Hitler Youth. So, you know,
It's changed dramatically, isn't it? It's you know, I've noticed the obviously everyone's follower accounts already dropped quite a bit, but it's like all the like 80-90% of the people that I used to engage with have just gone, "No, this isn't for me anymore."
yeah.
And that's fair. I
It's fun.
respect that, and you know, it's a shame that I don't get to speak to some people anymore, but I don't blame them. You got to protect your own. You don't have to be a part of this shit show. Like,
Yeah.
it's not essential to our lives. You know, I've got a bit of a policy about, like, I don't check comments on anything like that. You know, before I've done certain things in my day, I won't
Mm.
get out. I won't get out of bed
Same.
and check the news and check comments and check emails and stuff. I'll make sure I've gone for a bit of a walk. I've maybe done some work. I've stretched. I've got, you know, thought about my day, and then, like, right, okay, then get to work and then access everything. Because I mean, I think I've been pretty fortunate with. There's nothing that there's nothing a flat earther can say to me that I'm going to take seriously, frankly. So I've been eased in quite delicately with, you know, getting used to people that are just online just to be, you know, the morons. But you know, if you're putting yourself out there and you get people attacking you, you know, it's yeah, or just even seeing horrible stories. You know, I remember seeing on can't remember. I think it was just an article about this kind of thing, or a video about this
Mm.
kind of thing. And it was like 20 years ago, even 10 years ago, you might hear about a shark attack in America, you know, Hawaii, Australia, sometimes,
Yeah.
like of a slow news day. Now you wake up and you see a video of it happening.
Well, like, can you remember, like, I mean, obviously, when it first came out, but I think we're all of a certain age where basically when we were first shown Faces of Death, or that the one with the black color where cover where somebody was shot with an AK-47 at the end, killing or murder on screen and stuff like that, and how taboo that was, and how alien to the mainstream that was. Nowadays, like, you know, if I go on Twitter right now, about scroll for about 3 minutes, I'll see somebody getting hit by a train or
Yep.
jumping off a building or like getting blown up by firing an RPG, you know, all sorts of shit. And it's like, yeah, it's mad. Like, so,
The
yeah,
crime
you're
has actually
absolutely
gone
right.
down across the world. Like, I don't know how sure, I don't know how correct that is across the board. To be fair, but
Well, crime, sorry.
in general, yeah, like serious crime,
Oh
violent
yeah, no,
crime, it's
say
gone
this,
down.
like this is the thing. Like in general, this is the safest time ever to be alive. Like, you know, medically, um, and but you know, health and safety wise, violent crime wise, war wise, like we're pretty fucking lucky. Like, you know, if I had to pick a time, it would be now or the future.
Are you
So
totally sure about that? Because I had a
I
debate
think
with someone today on Facebook who basically
Mm.
said Bristol was like a
Yeah.
concentration camp.
What today? What? Sorry. What in the past or now?
Right now, today, because some cyclists shut off a road.
R.A. the Rugged Man's playing in Bristol in June. Like, I don't recall R.A. the Rugged Man like playing at concentration camps.
No, exactly. Like I just could not believe like the absolute audacity of this person saying like, yeah, Bristol is basically like a concentration camp. And I replied to them saying, that's a bit dramatic, don't you think? And by bit
Mm.
dramatic, I mean ridiculously over dramatic, incredibly insensitive, and one of the dumbest comparisons I've ever heard. Seriously, give your head a wobble. Like, and then if anyone knows, Tony Gosling, he's a conspiracy theorist
Yeah.
from BBC. From he used to be on the BBC. He's in Bristol. I kind of know the guy from like many years and everything.
I know
That
Tony through.
that bastard went and deleted my reply. Fascist.
Oh dear. Yeah, Tony went fucking loud like years ago, didn't he? Like he started out relatively sensibly, and
Yes.
he's just a lunatic.
Yeah,
isn't
because he
he?
started off
And,
with like the Bilderberg stuff. He was like really into the Bilderberg stuff, which is good. You know, it's good to expose kind of the lobbying and everything that goes on. But he's gone right off the deep end. He's like talking about the deep state and everything now.
yeah.
He
Oh
really
god.
just realised they can
Yeah.
make money. And I think that happens to some people. They start off with it's something they really genuinely believe in and want to just raise awareness for, and then they're like, oh, hang on, that's made me a few quid.
There is
Nah, the
there's
thing
an element of that.
I know
But
Tony. I know Tony. I'm going to vouch for him.
Not
I'm going to
necessarily this
say,
fella, but I think this
yeah,
happens.
but no, he believes it. Because he's gone into the religious extremist version of it, basically. So he's full in belief with this.
oh, totally. But this is the thing, Steve. Like, it gets to a point with it where you're like, you have to make a decision. Like, if you can't sort of like bridge the gap and sort of like traverse the sort of like reality and the conspiracy world, like, for example, a lot of people who work in who are very heavily into conspiracies, you can't hold down jobs and stuff like that because uh, because if you believe that shit, you don't want to contribute to the system. Also, you become fucking insufferable. Also, because of your sort of set of values and stuff like that, there are certain things that you will and will not do, and blah blah blah. So, I think with people like Tony Gosling, Delingpole, Richard D. Hall, and there's 20 more that I could name. They got to a point where it was like, either I go, I've sort of wasted my entire life for the last 10 years, or you fucking go full bore with it. And I think that's what's happened with it. They're sort of they're through various circumstances. People are pushed into a situation where it's like joining a cult. It's like joining the fucking Moonies or something, right? Okay, and every time you go and see your dad or your parents or whatever, they're telling you that the Moonies are fucking ludicrous. At some point, that's going to force you into the Moonies. Do you know what I mean? Or Scientology or whatever. And I think that happens. And it also happens because, particularly in recent years, in order to be part of this club, you have to believe increasingly fucking stupid shit. Like all vaccines are bad, that COVID was fake. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know what you saw, but I watched people die in a fucking worldwide pandemic. And the sort of the mental gymnastics that is required to pretend that nothing happened um, is astonishing. But people will do that in order to be part of a group, part of a collective, and to have an understanding of the world.
Have you seen them people who think they can talk to dragons?
Beg your pardon, sorry?
Those people who think they can talk to dragons.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
that's
Yeah.
just made up. You know, I mean, a pandemic happened and they got that sort of stuff wrong, but I don't know how people can just make stuff. I've seen ones lately about people that think they're
I
like
was a fucking conspiracy con, right? Okay, where someone tried to explain to the entire crowd, and she was genuinely serious, that clouds were actually dragons in disguise.
amazing.
Yeah, like it was fucking like, and half the audience were like, "This bitch is mental," but half the audience were like, "Well, let's hear her out." Um, I've also been at one where basically a woman had taken a series of photos across the years, and she'd captured angels in these pictures.
Oh,
There were
shit.
lens flares. She just over the course of 20 years had 5 or 6 photos where there would happen to be a lens flare in it. She was convinced they were angels.
Oh, I mean, sometimes it's sad, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. Like, yeah, and then that's even before we get into the fucking super soldiers. Like, I vividly remember. I can't even remember this guy's fucking name. He's got black hair, long black hair. He looks a bit like he should be in an industrial metal band. And I remember vividly him doing a talk, and he opened it. His opening gambit was, "The doctors will tell you that I've got schizoid affective disorder, but actually, I'm a super soldier that works with the government."
Proving the point.
I'll imagine a second. Like,
Write that down, Steve. That we can have that in the No, it's serious. That's what he said. And
oh, so
then
I still want to laugh that loudly down the microphone. You know,
mate, no, people, everyone to like, no, that was the thing. The venue was like, everyone except for me and my girlfriend at the time was like, shit, the government's out to get you. I remember vividly turning to my girlfriend and going, "This motherfucker's insane." And it's like, shh, people can hear
oh,
you.
that's perfect. Play it again just like that, please.
The doctors will tell you that I have schizoid affective disorder, but actually I'm a super soldier that works for the government. Like,
And I've been in a jump room to Mars.
oh,
I
mate.
didn't
Oh,
laugh,
yeah.
really.
You're talking about how I forget what incident it was. He said that he was involved in. There was a riot. It may have even been the ones after that chappy Bando K's dad was shot. Mark Duggan. May have even been that or something. And he was trying to explain that basically I was sat there on the streets because I'd been sent out there to, like, to stop like he was going out like a fucking vigilante, like he's fucking Rorschach or something like that. Like, and he said, I got a phone call from GCHQ, and it was James Casbolt, who went to prison after sharing videos of him shitting on his wife's chest in revenge porn, and trying to blackmail her billionaire father. That's the story, anyway.
For another day.
Anyway,
Yeah.
he said, he said, I mean, I pretty much told it. That is the story.
That's literally the story.
But anyway, so this guy was basically saying that, like, in the middle of the riots, he got a phone call from James Casbolt, who was sat in GCHQ watching them on their secret CCTV network and saying, "Good job, man. Good job with all those rioters." And it's like, fucking hell, this poor sad fantasist. But yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, I think that is probably the best place to end it. Before me and Neil finish off and like have our final words, Steve, please tell people where they can find your stuff, where they can find your mockumentary.
So the mockumentary is on YouTube, and it's linked to all my socials, including this one. So yeah, it's out now. I've got deleted scenes coming. The Conspiracist on YouTube. That's the name of the channel, and yeah, it's a mockumentary about someone who thinks the Earth is flat. But it's not
bloody
just
marvelous.
Thank you very much.
It is awesome. It is very, very funny, and it's one of those. If you like Spinal Tap, if you like The Office, if you like awkward humor, and it's so layered. I've watched it about 3 or 4 times now, and like I keep spotting a new thing. Like, and that's to me is like the mark of quality layered work. It's brilliant.
There's one thing that no one's quite. Thank you for that, though, by the way. But there's one thing that no one's actually picked up on that I thought was. It was there's one picture on my wall in the scene in my flat that's it accidentally got in there. I have no idea why, but when I was getting all those memes made, for some reason when I got the envelopes back from the printer, there was a picture of Bill Cosby in amongst it all. I just thought, fuck it, I'm gonna put him on the wall anyway. And no one's picked up on that yet. The sunlight's sort of glaring on the wall, like, and it's sort of you can't really see his face particularly well. But I thought that was even more sort of that. But I just thought, I wonder if I can. What if people will even pick up on it? But no, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I did try and write it so that it's quite you know, it's a slow pace sort of thing. You know, it's that awkward humour. Like, you know, I've heard people saying it's a similar sort of style as Spinal Tap. But yeah, I'm a big fan of The Office, and people just do nothing. So that is very obviously the inspiration. But yeah, I mean, you know, as you guys have said, it's I'm not just taking the piss out of everyone. You know, I try and keep it a bit more humour as well. It's not just I've never liked the sort of content that is just pointing at someone and going, "You're stupid." Just for a few.
No, it's not that at all. Like it's very well observed. There's a lot of depth to it, and like the very fact that basically a lot of people sort of like get in touch with you and go, "Oh, you fucking idiot," blah, 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 is to say testament to how well written it is and how well observed it is.
Yeah, I've had a few. Funnily enough, since we've been chatting tonight, I've had a flat earther comment on it, going, "I can't believe that some globers think this is real." So they understand it. They understand the joke on it, but they're laughing that there's some people turning up going like, "This is ridiculous. What are you talking about, mate?" And it's like, I'm not trying to fool anyone. You know, it's meant to be. I like to think there's some tell signs in there. To me, they just haven't. If someone's watched the entire 30 minutes and don't pick up on the fact that it's a joke, and it does say in the title and on the thumbnail mockumentary, you know, and it does say in the description this is a work of fiction, and in spite of that, they get that. Just to be honest, that just goes to show me that some people are too eager just to have a pop at people. They're not there to debunk flat Earth. They're not there to help people out of a rabbit hole.
No, they're there to make themselves feel better.
Yeah, I think of some of it as I think some people, not in these terms, but it's almost like it's justified bullying. Like they want to be a bully, so they find someone that they think they try and find a demographic that they justify it to themselves with. And sometimes, you know, flat earthers, they all go, "Oh, they're so stupid." It's like, well, not necessarily. Frankly, you know, quite a lot of them I think are quite intelligent. I think they've just was a sliding doors moment where they distrusted rather than trusted, and experts, and they went one way instead of the other. They're not
No,
necessarily
totally.
not necessarily idiots.
I myself, I really revel in the fact of like when I post your videos saying, surely this is satire, just to wind those people up that think that it might actually be real.
Yeah, I mean, Rosie Holt is someone that she gave me a few ideas just for their style and whatnot. She's I don't think she's done so much online lately, but you guys know her. I mean, sure.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
Fabulous,
does
yeah.
that she does that MP character, and
yes.
she blew up during like that. She cheated it all. I mean, again, if you watch her, like, it's pretty obvious, really, that she's taken the piss.
Oh
But
yeah.
it's just close enough to that line for people to doubt it.
No, she's absolutely incredible. And to be fair, she's also one of my people on my bucket list, but not actually bucket list. She's on the list of people that we're going to hopefully get on this show at some point.
You go down.
So, Neil, have you got
Yo.
any final words for the people listening right now? And obviously
Yeah.
the people who will be listening in the future when we release this on the podcast.
Yeah. When I'm king, there's going to be some fucking changes around here, right? So get that next.
What do you mean when? You are king.
Excellent. No, I just want to say thank you. Like, really, like, I know sometimes we can come across as, well, sometimes I can come across as a bit of a dick, but we genuinely do really like. We're hugely grateful for anyone listening, and anybody that's been kind enough to say anything nice about us, or to leave a comment on Spotify or anywhere. Just without people support, this would be fairly pointless. And it's great that that people seem to like it. But thank you, and thank you, really genuinely thank you. It gives us something to do with our lives.
It's valuable.
So,
You should remember that at all times. It's valuable.
well, thank you very much. Like, but yeah, if nobody was listening, it'd just be us screaming out the window, which is just an average Thursday for me. But yeah, so yeah, thanks a lot, and thanks to everybody thanks to everyone that's been kind enough to be a Patreon, and thank you to everyone that's left us a positive review, a nice comment. Any of that is just it's brilliant. Thank you.
Exactly. And, I want to amplify everything that you just said. But first, I want to say thank you to the two people that joined us and said something today. Dan Pugsley, thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Like, it's meant a whole lot to us. Nicholas Gray, mate, it's meant so much that you went out and you made this logo for us and this artwork for us. I asked you if we could commission a piece, and you were like, mate, I support what you do fully. And it was one of the first people who I had already respected who came out and gave us that support, mate. Like, Nicholas, thank you so much. For anyone listening, please go to thisrobotdreaming.com. Go and look at this man's artwork. It's fucking phenomenal. Okay. Go buy his merchandise, because his t-shirts, his artwork, his comics, everything is fantastic. It's so cool. It's like nothing like you've ever seen before. It's absolutely wicked. To the people who are joining us right now, I won't say all your names because I know sometimes you might not want your names to be said, but I can see all of you. Right. And I've known all of you for many years, and I really, really genuinely appreciate your support. Every retweet, every like, every comment that you've given me, like, I desperately want to say thank you to you. To our listeners who listen on Spotify, who listen on Apple, thank you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for commenting, sharing. I really appreciate the messages that we get, that, when someone says, oh, my friend or my family member has fallen down this, and you guys have given me not only hope, but a way to actually engage with these people, that means absolutely fucking everything to me. It's so important because that's exactly what we wanted to do.